can't see my worth. Living here on God's green earth. You don't know what you've done to me. I never thought I'd need you desperately.
So as always, be true to yourself. We always start there, right? And so now we're back for our video series. And today we're taking up the topic of your business plan to create your own law firm. So let's start with, what are we going to name our law firm, right? That's the fun part. Like, yay, I picked Rodriguez Law Group. Hey, it's my last name. It made sense for me. We're starting a law firm, so let's go with law. But let's say I started originally with Law Offices of Patricia Rodriguez, right? I started as a sole proprietor. And what's the difference? That's the first thing we need to figure out is, are we going to proceed as a sole proprietor, or are we going to proceed as an LLC? Well, that's a full stop. That's a no. In California, you're not going to proceed as an LLC. So is it going to be a sole proprietor, or are you going to proceed as a corporation? I would like to share that although I started with a sole proprietorship, I should have, and if I could go back in time, I would have started with a corporation. Go ahead and from the very beginning, get yourself incorporated. You can do that through LegalZoom. You can do that through a company like mine who helps you go through the LegalZoom process. But you can get incorporated, and you should get incorporated for various reasons. For tax purposes, for liability purposes, and because ultimately you're going to want that. And so if you're going to want to get there at some future point, let's just go ahead and start there. So start with first getting yourself incorporated. That's your first step. Yes, you might pay $800 in taxes even if you don't use the corporation at the end of the year, but I can tell you that's a drop in the bucket if you are planning to have this corporation and operate this corporation and make millions of dollars, 7 figures from this corporation. Go ahead and get yourself the protections of being a corporation in the state of California. All right, so now you're incorporated. What's next? Well, the next step is get yourself bank accounts that are associated to that business. Take the tax identification number that you're going to get from incorporating your business. Take your fancy name like mine, Rodriguez Law Group Incorporated, and go ahead and get yourself incorporated. Get your tax identification number. Take it to a bank account. I bank with Chase. Go ahead and go to Chase or go to Bank of America and get yourself set up with having corporate bank accounts. And all of your corporate business, whether it's revenue or expenses, should be coming out of that account. You should pay yourself a salary, and that salary should go into your own personal account, and all your personal expenses come out of that account. And that's how you should be operating your bank accounts. Now, after you've gotten your company incorporated, and before you've actually incorporated, you need to determine what ownership, right? I did it on my own and I did it by myself, so I was 100% the owner. I remain 100% the owner as of today, so that was simple enough for me. But maybe there's partners involved, in which case, you got to decide who's going to own how much. And remember, of course, you can only partner with lawyers. You cannot partner with non-lawyers in the state of California. So you've now decided what your name is going to be, and it's fancy, Rodriguez Law Group Incorporated. We become an S Corp, and we're got our bank accounts. So now we can get money when we get our clients, and we can pay our bills, and we can operate out of our corporate account. You should also, depending on the type of law that you're doing and the type of fee structure you're going to have, set up an EOLTSA account with that same corporate number. Again, this means that you're not a sole proprietor, and this protects you in a lot of ways. If you get employees, if you have wages coming out, you want it all happening through the corporation for liability purposes and for mainly liability purposes, but also tax purposes too. So come up with also in this beginning part of your business plan, identify your ideal clients, and identify your brand, voice, and message. What's your mission statement? What about a biography of the company and a biography of the CEO? Everybody needs to know who you are and who is the company. So to break that down a little bit more, have a one-liner. Something that's going to tell people about your business in one line. The example I would give you is for us, we handle criminal, civil, and foreclosure defense, real estate law, including landlord-tenant, and family law, including divorce and custody cases. That's our one-liner. That's what we handle. Make sure that you, for customers in today's age, are very transparent. Transparency is amplified in the time of COVID-19 and racial injustice. So make sure that you're transparent with how you're conducting business with your customers. And in that transparency, share more about who you are in your biography and in the company's biography. And what are your values? So for us, our values are empathetic communication and organized diligence. Those are our four, if you want to call it, main values. Again, that's empathetic communication and organized diligence. For you, you need to decide, what are your values? Who are you building the brand around? We build it around our attorney referral sources, around my image, a female, young business owner, and we also build it around our client base customer, which is female or male, adults, middle class or higher economic demographic, located throughout California, but preferably LA, OC, Santa Barbara, San Diego, or Riverside County, basically Southern California. So that's who we're building our brand around, right? Our customers, male or female, middle class to higher socioeconomics, local Southern California demographic. And we're also building it around my image as a young, attractive, female, ambitious business owner, along with our attorney referral network. That's who our brand is built around. Then ask yourself, who do you want to target? Who is your target customer? Again, for us, it's males or females, married or single, middle to upper class, and have an immediate legal issue to resolve and appreciate quality work, are easygoing. That is our ideal client. That is the customer that we seek out. Who are we as a brand? We're young, energetic, aggressive, and solution-oriented. We want to get to the problem of our clients and we want to resolve it. What do we stand for? Justice, empathy. We stand for all those who can't stand for themselves. We stand for courage and bravery and commitment. Our core message, our brand promise on our purpose to the people that we want to reach is love unconditionally. So what is your core message? What is the promise based on your purpose to the people that you want to reach? What is your promise based on your purpose to the people that you want to reach? And what is it they can expect when they come to you? And for me, they can expect top quality civil foreclosure, defense, real estate law, landlord and tenant, family law, divorce and custody, legal services. Top quality. So these are all the immediate things that you want to put in your business plan to start off with. These are some examples, some anecdotes to help you get started. On our next series, we're going to go ahead and look at these examples again as we start off. I'm going to go over the business plan that I've been creating based on the video. And after that, I'm going to start going into revenue, the big one. How do you get clients? That's what they all want to know, right? It's not just about revenue, let me tell you, when it comes to running a business, okay? But you got to have revenue to keep it going. What I was taught at USC Business School is that 90% of businesses don't make it past the first year. And the ones that do almost invariably fail in the fourth year. And why is that? It's because in year 2 and 3, they're banking money. But then year 4 comes and competitions come in because they've seen they're banking money. And so now the market is saturated and no one's planned for year 4 a downturn in revenue. So it's important that even if you have success in that first year and you find yourself in that 10% of people who can succeed past the first year, that you save in year 2 and 3 when the market is hot, it's not as saturated, then people see you making lots of money year 2 and 3, and here they are year 4. You got to be ready for that. How do you get ready for that? You make sure that you're saving. Well, how do you save? If you don't have revenue, you make sure that you have revenue, and you make sure that you keep your expenses down. Because then your revenue minus your expenses gives you the allocation to make sure that you're saving something for that rainy day. So with that, we'll say goodbye, and I'll see you next at the next mini series where we're going to go ahead and go over lead generation and how do we get that revenue going.